Welcome! I'm Lucy, and this is Lucy Daily English. Let's start our journey.
In this palace of silence, the walls were high, but the hearts were cold. Leo was a ghost in his own home, seen but never heard.
Family was just a word. Love was a language they forgot to speak.
Her commands were the only rhythm his life knew. A piece of wood, his only friend, his only bridge to a mother he barely remembered. Every day was a mountain he had to climb. Alone. Pride had no room for a brother like Leo. He watched the world outside, wondering if he belonged in it.
To Mia, he was just an obstacle in her golden path. Silence was his only companion at the table of plenty.
Morning came early for Leo, while the rest of the world slept in comfort. The stairs were built for kings, and he was just the boy who polished them. Even the shadows in this house had eyes.
The library, Leo. Every single book. By noon.
Knowledge was all around him, but he was only allowed to touch the dust. He carried the weight of a life that wasn't his to live.
One slip, one moment of weakness.
Height was enough to break the silence.
Looks like the servant boy is clumsy today, Mother.
Tears were for the weak. Leo had to be strong.
At school, Leo wasn't just a student. He was a ghost walking through a crowd of people who didn't even see him.
Ugh, don't look now, but the charity case is walking by. Cringe, right?
Let him talk. They're heavy on the drama, but I'm heavy on the hustle. I'm built for this. In a room full of noise, the only thing louder than the chatter was the sound of his own silence. The clouds finally broke. The sky was crying, but Leo, he'd forgotten how.
Watch it, kid. You're in the way.
Even the girl who shared his name treated him like a stranger. Worse than a stranger. A mistake.
Rain doesn't judge. It just falls. I wish people were more like that.
Behind those eyes wasn't just sadness. It was a storm gathering strength. School was out. But for Leo, the real test was waiting for him at home.
Back to the reality of the grind. For most kids, the day ends when the bell rings. For Leo, it was just the start of round 2.
You're dragging your feet, Leo. I want this floor to look like glass by dinner. Don't test me.
She thinks she can break me with chores. But she's just helping me build muscle for what's coming.
Yo, scrub. My room's a total mess. Hop to it before I tell Mom you're slacking.
Every insult was just another brick. Leo wasn't just surviving. He was building a fortress of his own. The silence of the house was heavy. But Leo's ambition was louder.
One day, I won't be looking at this house through a cleaning rag. I'll be looking at it through a rear-view mirror.
The sun was setting on his childhood. But the night was when he planned his escape.
Watch it, Leo. You're literally in my way.
Chapter 4 was over. The storm was finally coming.
Life doesn't give you a heads up. It just hits. Leo was just trying to beat the rain, but the rain wasn't the problem.
Time didn't slow down. It just stopped.
1 second of distraction. A lifetime of consequences. The silence that followed was louder than the crash. The world changed in a heartbeat.
I can't be here for this. I'm out. I'm totally out.
Every man for himself, kid. Don't mention my name.
They ran. They always run. But I'm not them. I don't leave people behind.
The boy they treated like trash, empty, was the only one who stayed in the wreckage. The mansion was a prison. But this was the edge of life and death.
The night was just beginning. And Leo was the only one waiting for the news.
The mansion was quiet, but this hallway was loud with a different kind of silence. Leo wasn't just waiting. Cold lights, cold floors. But inside, Leo was burning with a fire they couldn't put out.
They think I'm just a kid waiting for news. They don't know I'm the only thing holding this family's ghost together.
He saw a servant in the reflection. But his eyes saw a survivor. Time wasn't his enemy anymore. It was his witness. Every second was just another reason to stay standing.
Waiting for a word. Waiting for a sign. Waiting for the world to start spinning again.
Mom said everything happens for a reason. I'm starting to think I'm the reason this story doesn't end tonight.
Small comforts in a giant storm. Leo was fueling up for a war he hadn't even started yet. The city was full of noise. But Leo's focus was dead silent.
Rest, Leo. Tomorrow, the world won't be the same. And neither will you.
They thought they buried me. They didn't know I was a seed. While they were chilling, I was out working the whole city. Data doesn't lie. People do. Leo learned to speak the only language that mattered, the language of the future. Respect isn't given. It's earned in the dark, when no one is watching. He was a ghost in their mansion, but here, he was becoming a titan. He went back. Not because he had to, but because the story needed an ending. First check. The game just leveled up. And they have no idea I'm even playing. New look. Same hunger. The boy was gone. The man was waking up. The journey was long. But the man who arrived was worth every step. Coming back wasn't about the past. It was about showing that the boy who left had finally conquered his world.
Chapter 7 complete. The transformation is total.
They remember the boy who polished floors. I'm about to show them the man who owns the building. From the top, the mansion looked like a dollhouse. He didn't just climb the ladder, he built a new one. Respect isn't given. It's earned in the dark, when no one is watching. Never forget where you started. That's what keeps you from falling. He didn't just come back, he arrived. This time, he was the master of his own fate. Same streets, different soul. The journey had finally come full circle. He wasn't looking back anymore. His eyes were fixed on a future he had built with his own two hands. The boy survived the storm, so the man could lead the way. The path that was once closed was now wide open. The boy who was sent away was finally home. It's not about revenge. It's about showing them what mercy looks like.
I used to enter through the back. Funny how life changes when you stop playing by their rules.
They expected a storm. They expected a monster they had created. But they weren't ready for what Leo had actually become.
Relax, Arthur. I didn't come here to settle a score. I came to close the book.
The mansion stays. The debts are gone. Consider it a gift from the boy you tried to break. Revenge is a heavy bag to carry. Leo decided to travel light.
Thanks for the grit, Mom. We made it.
He didn't just win the game, he changed the way it was played. They say you are where you come from. I say, you are wherever you have the heart to go. The sky isn't the limit, it's the playground.
End of the road. Beginning of the legacy. Never stop. Never settle. Just shine.